Good evening, everyone. I'm so glad you're here tonight. We have a truly shocking and heartbreaking story to share about a young woman named Janet Chandler. Can you imagine a celebration turning into the ultimate tragedy? Tonight's episode is dedicated to Janet and her family. Let's dive in, but before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button because there are more gripping stories coming your way. Para. Debris. In Flint, Michigan, a young woman named Janet Chandler worked as a night clerk at the Holiday Inn. She was known for her charm and her adventurous spirit, but she also had a reputation for being promiscuous. Her actions often left people hurt and angry. One evening, a group of coworkers decided to throw Janet a surprise party in room 213 of their hotel. They invited several employees, including the maid Cheryl Ward, who was upset with Janet because her boyfriend had been sleeping with her, poking open harness. Little did they know, this party would be the beginning of an unspeakable nightmare. As guests arrived, they locked the door behind them, ensuring no one else could interrupt. The mood started off light and cheerful, but as alcohol flowed and tensions rose, it became clear that some harbored deep grudges against Janet. Cheryl had invited her friend Lori Swank, who was equally upset with Janet for sleeping with both of their boyfriends. The night took a dark turn when the partygoers decided to take things too far. They began physically assaulting Janet, beating and kicking her mercilessly in a room filled with laughter and alcohol. The violence escalated until it became uncontrollable. Janet lay motionless on the floor as her attackers stood around, stunned by what they had done. The next morning, Janet was found dead in her apartment, but no one suspected foul play at first. It wasn't until 1983 when a friend of hers named Patty Ward came forward with shocking details about that fateful night. The police investigation began to unravel the horrific truth behind Janet's death. Years passed without any arrests or answers for the Chandler family. Then, in 2005, a local filmmaker created a documentary called The Case of Janet Chandler, which reignited public interest and spurred new investigations. This led to the formation of the Janet Chandler Task Force, a specialized unit dedicated to solving this cold case. In 2006, a young woman named Lori Swank came forward with crucial information about that night. She had been threatened by her friends not to speak out for decades, but finally broke her silence. Her testimony was damning and led investigators to focus on the group of hotel employees who were present at Janet's party. The investigation was extensive and expensive, costing nearly $2 million. It involved re-interviewing witnesses, searching through old evidence, and piecing together what really happened that night in room 213. As the truth came to light, it became clear that several people were responsible for Janet's death. In court, the prosecution presented graphic testimony from Cheryl Ward, who had been at the party but initially stayed silent out of fear. She described a scene of chaos and violence, with Janet being beaten beyond recognition. The defendants, Arthur Paiva, Richard Parker, James Williams, and Donald Nelson, were found guilty for their roles in this tragic event. Janet's family finally received some form of justice, but at what cost? Her mother, father, and brother had to relive the horror of that night over and over again. Can you imagine carrying such a heavy burden for so long? This case is a stark reminder of how quickly things can spiral out of control when emotions run high. It's a chilling tale of revenge gone horribly wrong. Gut Pro. That's all we have time for tonight. If this story resonated with you, please share it with your friends and family. Let's keep the conversation going about justice and accountability in our communities. And remember to hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this episode. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe. Thank you for watching.